Hi, Year 6. Welcome back. Wow, we're on episode 30 now of our book, The Boy at the Back of the Class. So I hope you've snuggled down and you've got everything you need for today's episode or this moment's episode, however many you're choosing to watch in one day. So, what's Uncle Lenny going to be like? He sounds like an amazing character. Let's find out a little bit more about this man that is such an influence in our main narrator's life. He was a taxi driver and only works at night. He loves his job and tells us the funniest stories about the different kinds of people who have jumped into the back of his car. And like the time a famous actress got in and ordered him to drive around for a whole hour so she could get some sleep. Or the time a large Italian family spent the whole ride silently fighting over a single portion of fish and chips. Whenever my Uncle Lenny visits us, he always brings a large bag of food shopping and a chocolate bar, just for me. He doesn't usually come with my Aunt Christina because she doesn't like us. I don't know why, but it's okay because I don't like her either. She's very beautiful and she's always perfectly dressed with perfect hair and perfect makeup on her face. But she wrinkles her nose up whenever she sees something that she doesn't like, which is nearly all the time. So she always looks like she's got a smell of bad eggs underneath her nose. She has a fake smile too, and it's one of those smiles that shows lots of teeth and which never travels any further than her face. I don't trust people who can't smile with all of their face. I mean, they're trying to hide something from you, aren't they? Fake smiles always make me want to get far away from that fake smiler as possible. I wonder if you could do a fake smile right about now. Oh, terrible. Their son, Jacob. He's okay. But he's only 2 and he likes to break things, so I hide all my best toys from him when he comes over. And after I'd finished setting up the Scrabble board, I helped Mum tidy the house and was making the bed sheets extra straight when the doorbell rang. All right, all right, all right. How's my favourite nearly 10-year-old doing? Shouted Uncle Lenny when I opened the door. He always said that, even though he knew that I'm the only nearly 10-year-old that he knows, which means he can't have any other favourites. Okay, I shrugged. Only okay? He asked, bending down and looking straight at me in the eyes. Might need to send you to the smile doctor. I smiled wider. That's better, he said, and he ruffled the top of my hair and gave me a kiss on the cheek, and then heaved 2 very heavy shopping bags into the kitchen. Afternoon, said my Aunt Christina, and her lips were pinched together, and she was wearing so much perfume it made my nose tickle. I wonder if we know anybody like that ourselves. I wonder when family come to visit. Jacob's asleep, so you'll have to play with him a bit later, she said matter-of-factly, as she carried Jacob in through the door and she stuck out her pointy face to me. I stood on my tiptoes and gave her a kiss, but she pulled away quickly. Right, what have you been up to then? Said Uncle Lenny. And he said that as he came and steered me to the kitchen table. I think he must be used to driving his taxi that he does almost drive people around the room as well. Nothing, I shrugged. Do you want to play Scrabble with me now, Uncle Lenny? Well, we'll have a game after lunch, shall we, my little tiger? Well, I'm not on until 5 today, so we've got plenty of time. Darling, why don't you tell Uncle Lenny all about this new friend of yours at school? Mum said as she set the table. Oh, yes, the pomegranate boy, said Uncle Lenny. Your mum's told me. What's happening there then? Lots, I said, and I began to tell him all about the big fight and the mysterious plant pot murder and the great baked beans bag trap and Ahmet's story. And as we ate our lunch, I told them all about the bombs and the fires and the orange boat and the tents and Ahmet's cat and the railway track and the wall with the barbed wire on it. Uncle Lenny shook his head and muttered, That poor little tyke. Every few moments, and Mum nodded and was looking sad. But Aunt Christina looked bored. Then, as I was just about to tell them about my new list of questions, Aunt Christina said, "Doesn't surprise me that you would want to be friends with a refugee kid at all, sweetheart. You've had lots of things in common with him, what with your gran having been a refugee as well." Uncle Lenny and Mum looked up sharply. I can't even bear to think about it. Imagine being a war refugee back in the day before they got all these benefits and the houses which are nicer than ours. Uncle Lenny looked up angrily and was about to say something when, just then, Jacob began to cry. Wow, what has Aunt Christina gone and said now? So it sounds like it's going to be interesting. I will see you in the next episode. So take care, Year 6, or go and grab another snack, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, guys, bye.